Okay, so today I'm going to tell everybody how to do a thermostat on a Volvo S40. This is the smaller of the engines, and on the other Volvos, the ones with the bigger engines, you have to take this cover off right here, and the thermostat is right below it, but not the case in this engine. On this engine, it's actually right below this air box, so you have to take the air box off. And of course, it's not like a normal air box. There's little weird clips here and there. So the very first thing that you have to do is loosen up these so that it'll pop off on whichever one when you finally pull it out. You have to take this one hose off, and the next step after that is there's a MAF sensor right here, and you have to unplug that. And so, for the reason why people, a lot of mechanics stay away from these Swedish automobiles, is that not only is this an air box, this also houses the looks like the ECU computer, because it's got these huge wiring harnesses in there. So what you have to do is you have to pull up on this little thing, and this one will come. This one stays on, so you just pull up on it and you wiggle it out. It was kind of a pain to get out. Now this one, once you get the cover off, you got to pull up on these little tabs. You pull up on them, they don't come all the way out. You pull up on them, and then you jiggle this thing out, and it comes unplugged. Now this one, for some reason, is zip tied to this box, so I'm going to have to get in there and cut that zip tie. Once I do that, this box should pop right out, and we'll be able to see where the thermostat goes, right down there. Wow. So after you unplug these are zip tied to clips on the bottom of this. So you got to pop one out. I cut this one out, and then there's the clip right there. You just pop it out sideways. It comes out of this. You'll see it. If you want to save yourself some money, I guess this is the way to do it. Now that I've got this air box out, I can't get the air box out. It's kind of just stuck in there because of the fan. And it looks like the only way really to take this thing out of here all the way is to like take this entire manifold off, or take this fan off first, which, you know, there's no way I'm going to do that. I'm just going to reach behind here. This is the thermostat housing. Okay, so now that I've got all those clips out, all the stuff on the bottom, the box is moved over. You can get this box out if you really feel like taking this off here. Then you can pull the box out, but I don't care. I'm just going to push it to the side as far as I can. And in there, can you see? Okay. Now the thermostat doesn't sit in the engine bay. It sits here. So this radiator hose, it's got 3 bolts. They're 8mm bolts. So once you get those bolts out, you can pull in this tube, and this plastic piece is going to come off of this entire housing, and the thermostat sits right on in there, and it's just got a gasket on it, so you should just be able to pluck it out and just put the new one in the same way, and put this back on and bolt it. And even the thermostat that I got came with some new bolts for it, so I'm going to go ahead and get to that. Okay, so I'm convinced that there were curse words that were invented by men working on Volvos. So here we go. I had to take this this lower radiator hose off and like stick it to the side. Only a tiny bit of fluid came out because the thermostat is holding it back. Now the reason I had to take this hose off is because there's 3 bolts, one here, one on the top, and then one on the back here, and you can't get to it with no matter what kind of extensions or whatever I used. I couldn't get to it without taking this hose off. So you unscrew the clamp for the hose. It's a regular clamp, and you just kind of wiggle it off, and only a tiny bit of fluid came out. And so now what you got to do is you got to grab this and crack it off, because it's just like slightly stuck on there from the pressure over the years. And underneath there you'll see the thermostat. Now the thermostat should still be holding the coolant until unless if it's stuck open, in which case you would have seen coolant flowing out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this off. I'm going to quickly pull the old thermostat out and quickly put in the new one so that it'll stop up the fluid, so I don't lose a lot of fluid. And then we're going to put this monster all back together again the way we took it apart, and I'll get to that right now. Okay, so I had to stick a screwdriver in there just to crack the seal a little bit, and then it kind of came out the bottom, and I just grabbed it and pulled it out and quickly put the new one in. So the new one is in there, and all we got to do is put this back together the way we took it apart. So good luck with that. If you wanted to save yourself some money, I guess this is the way to do it. But if you got the money, have somebody else do this, because this is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of stuff you have to take apart. This is not a normal thermostat job. Usually these are pretty easy to do, but this has been quite a monster. I've been here for about an hour trying to figure this thing out so far. So that's how you do it, man. Thanks for watching. I'll just turn the video camera on when it's all back together again, just to show you it's back together. Okay, all back together again. Everything is in there. I just got to tighten this one bolt down for this little air box, and that's on there. Everything is in, and it looks very good to me. So I'm going to turn it on and just see if I can top it off with fluid, and we'll be fine. So that's how you do a thermostat on a S40 Volvo. Thanks for watching. I hope I helped.